So this first video, we're going to see how to import and trim a clip and add transitions in Adobe Premiere. Most editing softwares are very similar to each other. It's just finding out where the bells and whistles are kept, and they all have areas that are the same. There would be a viewing area, there's a timeline, and there is an area where your media is kept. They may look a little bit different than this does, but they're all similar in nature. I went through in the video prior to this the different types of software you can use. There are free ones online. I'm using Adobe Premiere on a Mac. You may be using a PC. There is definitely Movie Maker, which is free for you, or Adobe Premiere on PC. And then there's Final Cut Pro for Mac as well. So the first thing I'm going to show you is I just opened this file. I added these two in just to get the file started, but I opened my software, started a new project, and I'm going to import. So I go up to File and I hit Import. You'll find this on every software. Then, as I had told you, you want to make sure that you have a folder with all of your images, your audio, and your video. I would keep folders within folders of them as well. As you can see here, I have an audio file with all my audio pieces right here. So I am going to first import a few photos. I'm just going to pick a few here. I like to hit the Shift and go down. I'm just going to pick random ones right now just to show you how they import. And I hit Import, and it brings them right into my project, which is really easy and really nice. I also did the same thing with movie and MOV right here, which is a video file. So you can go up and hit Import, and I'll go back to the folder, and I will hit an MP. Let's pick an MOV this time. Let's see, footage. Where's my footage? There. See, footage. I'm going to clip number 2 through 5. I'll pick. If you hold down the Shift key, you click on the top one, hold the Shift key down, click on the bottom one, you'll get them all. Makes it a whole lot easier. And then it will import the footage into the file for you. I like putting my footage in first. You can choose to do your titles first if you like to. That is going to be a different video. So you can go back to it later, or you can go over to the video for titles and credits and then come back to this if you'd like. So we already know the order in which we want to put our pictures. But the first thing we want to do is have our audio files in place. So I'm going to go up, and I'm going to import, and I'm going to go to my specific audio files and hold down the Shift key and pop in all of my audio into my media area, which are right here. And you can see my audio clips look a little different because they're just sound. So I'm just going to take my first audio clip, and I'm going to pop it over here. Oh, I took them all. Well, that was even easier. I had them all clicked on, so I was able to drag them all over. And I just happen to have them all in order. That would be a wise thing to do when preparing. But if not, you can bring them over one at a time. You just have to click off it and click on one, and then you can pull it in by itself. So here's my audio.
In the 1400s to Hillary Rodham Clinton and tens of thousands in between. Women have been standing up and doing extraordinary things.
So there's my voice. Sounded pretty good, didn't it? And now I'm going to bring in the images that I want to work with that voice. So I know I wanted Joan of Arc and Hillary Rodham Clinton. Of course, those are ones I didn't import. So let's take a look here. We're going to the video, and I believe I have Hillary right there, and I have Joan right there. And that's the Command key, by the way. When you don't want to hit every one of them and you want to pick specific ones, hold down the Command key and that will do it for you. The Control key if you're working on a PC, by the way. So here's Joan of Arc right over here. And I'm going to listen to my voice again. There she is. So I could just stop it right there. Drag. Oops, I took Hillary with her because I had clicked them both. I'm going to get rid of Hillary for now. Sorry, Hillary. There's Joan of Arc. Right? And then right next to her, I want to put Hillary Rodham Clinton. Oh, I did it again. Let me click out and back in. Sorry. Here we go. And this is something you have to play around with a little bit to see, get your timing right, Let's take a look and see how I did.
From Joan of Arc in the 1400s
2, right? We want to move Hillary over now.
to Hillary Rodham Clinton and tens of thousands in between.
And then at that point, I want to have several different women in history, which I have created and I'll show you later, but I just wanted to show you how to pull the clips in for now. And then I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can really see it. I'm going to want to transition between these two ladies. I can also resize them, which is a more advanced technique to use. I call it the Ken Burns effect. If you have iMovie or maybe even Movie Maker, it comes with the Ken Burns effect, which is a slow zoom in. If not, you'll need to go into your audio, your controls up here and scale it, different scale sizes. Oops, I gotta click on her, sorry. I had to be clicked on it for it to work. And you can open the scale, and then you can resize Joan any size you want her. See how nice that is? But this, like I said, is all something you can play around with and see how it works best for you. Then we want to know how to put a transition between these two. So I go over here to my effects area. So you'll have to find the effects area in your software, which it'll be there. Usually if you just go up to something like window, everything is there and you click on it and it'll show up somewhere in your software. I want to go to video transitions. I open that one up. And a little piece of advice for video transitions, the cross dissolve, or in my case the film dissolve, is probably what you want to use. And I say that because when you're talking about editing with video, people don't like to see all kinds of swooping in and turning out and that sort of thing. You want to stay with either an overlap or a cross dissolve to make it seem seamless. So all I do is grab this film dissolve, place it between these two ladies, and it goes right into place. Let's see how they
Hillary
look.
Rodham Clinton and tens of
See, now I've got to make Hillary bigger, don't I? So I go here and I enlarge. I can make her even bigger than that. Let's go to 125, see how she looks there. There, she looks good there. Okay, so from Joan of
in
Arc.
the 1400s to Hillary Rodham.
So I want to move it over just a tad, don't I? Because Hillary is said right about there. And now I have to put the dissolve back in. When you move things, the dissolves tend to dissolve, go away. So let's see how that looks.
From Joan of Arc in the 1400s to Hillary Rodham Clinton
Oh,
and
that was
tens of thousands in
beautiful.
between. Women have been
Okay, so that is how you put a clip in and you add a transition. If you want to shorten the clip on either end, right here, I just take the clip. Just gotta grab on that clip there. Whoops, and I drag it in, and she gets shorter. Another way to do that, let's see,
Hillary Rodham Clinton
and tens of thousands of others, I believe is what I say. I can also go over here and click on this razor tool, and I can cut that clip. One of the things you have to remember when you're using tools like this is always go back to your selection tool. Click on the other side of Hillary, and she's gone. So that is how you trim a clip. So you can trim it by pulling it in, or you can trim it by using the razor blade on it. Go back to your selection tool and click off. I probably destroyed poor Joan of Arc
in
now.
the 1400s to Hillary Rodham Clinton and
So that is how you trim a clip, add a transition, import, and the audio is sitting right on the bottom. We'll go deeper into audio and how you add the next layer of sound so you have music playing under your audio in the next video. If you have any questions or you get confused, shoot me an email. You can even call me and I will walk you through some more advanced techniques.